fix this bed. Ignore the mess on my bed. Ignore that. All right, let's get this done. It's my mom. How's everybody day been so far? I had to go meet with my PO. Oops. This morning. It'd be nice if it would have saved my loadout. I almost need another screen here. right. Okay. I wanted that. Let's put you up here. Beautiful. That's what I want to see. All right. We're getting closer to what we want. So we're going to work with a few different charts. Let's go to the 1 hour right here. 60-minute chart. 4698. Right there. Okay, it's about the same. I'm going to keep this one on my 5-minute chart up here. All right, let's get this sharing going. Interesting. How's that look? That looks all right. wider than that. Definitely don't want hollow. It's ugly. How do I take this auto scale off? Whew. All right. So let's put somebody on TV. Get you guys some sound in the background. Should probably give them credit, you know, where credit's due. So he's done for the day. So we're gonna watch some. We'll watch some.
Avoid Broadworth. This, that, yes, all just things like that. Come on, come on. Hit me. You gotta be kidding me, dude. Worst case, I'm making basically 11 points. So not bad. My risk right now is making 11 points. My reward is unknown. I don't know how far down this could roll over. So I'll take it. Risk, making 11 points. Reward, unknown. But I like these positions. This is a good feeling, but I prefer to not get stopped out for 11 points. I prefer to at least come down and hit that next target. No, $5. No, brother. What country are you in? How old are you? Like, it sounds like your best bet at this point is to go trade ticker symbol JOB. All you have is $5. The best trade for you at this point would be ticker symbol JOB. That's a guaranteed trade there. You make some money. Very tight stops. Yeah, I know. My 40-point stop is pretty tight.
Let's see where he.
All right, so I went ahead to target it. There is a 21 EMA. It could be a problem for me. Now, if you're long, that can might be looking at that as a knight in shining armor. So I'm your dragon right now. I want this dragon, if that's the Dragon is the price. I want it to overwhelm the Knight in Shining Armor. Eat that Knight in Shining Armor. Eat him. Right now, you're like, no, battle the dragon. Push the dragon back up here. Looks like the Knight's pushing the Knight in Shining Armor. Sure. Now, worst case, I'm making 23 points. So I like that. My risk right now is making 23 points. My reward sometimes should be higher. Oh, the Knight can make a comeback. The Knight fighting back against the dragon. No, come on, dragon. Eat him. Eat him. There we go. Eat him. Crap him out. Crap him out down here.
Well, I'd like to turn off auto scale.
Dragon's throat with his sword. You see how I have the mind of a child? Like, this is the story that I'm seeing right now. The price of the dragon versus the Knight that's fighting. The 21 EMA. Oh, push him down. Push him down. Come on. Come on, dragon. Oh, that Knight is stubborn. That Knight, hey, you don't want to go down. He's like, get me away from this digestible track. What am I trading? Here, okay. All right, Knight. Okay. Okay, Knight. Okay. What are you trading?
So we're learning. We're still learning how this one works. We switch this around a little bit compared to the other ones. We got the.
Yep. Hey, Trash. If you want to, I know sometimes misery loves company, but I'm here with you, brother. You go back to the 18-minute mark of the stream, you'll hear about my day. I don't want to talk about it anymore. And I'll put it this way: you're not the only one that's pulling an account. And you're also not the only one that's pulling a pro account. There's at least 2 people. And I may be one of them. Okay, Knight in Shining Armor. Looks like you're failing as it came down to that 21 EMA, but ultimately the 21 EMA is not so strong. But this up here, this pretty such close is no joke. So I guess will 12th time work again? I suppose you might as well try it. I mean, what is this, like my third? I think I took a trade here. That was a winner. I definitely took one there. Yeah, this orange line has been good to the shorts. I just got rewarded me twice now.
He's on the MNQ.
Yeah, exactly, Raspberry. That's what I'm thinking. Next week, fresh week, new mindset. And, you know, but we still got to get the next week. And I'm still, in a weird way, I don't know. Like, that helped. That helped me kind of just talk through my morning. It helps when other viewer being courageous enough to be like, hey, man, I took some accounts today, too. Because some days, you know, man, I don't like you hop on social media. And it's like, am I the only person that lost money today? How come everybody on social media just made like $100,000 today? What is wrong? Well, like, I'm around enough real people here, which I appreciate. So I don't know, in a weird way, it helps. I will be streaming tomorrow. I don't know if I'll make any trades, but I will be streaming. I think I'll start at 8 a.m. And we'll go for, I don't know, yeah, like I said, maybe I'll hang around a little bit after the market. Okay. Let's get ready again. Now, there's been some false breaks, too, so I'm not convinced right here was a false break, so maybe this is another false break. Let's see some sort of confirmation. That is crazy. That Knight in Shining Armor was like, no, dragon. Maybe a hot tub. Hey, see a hot tub. All right. I mean, look at this on the 5-minute, by the way. 5 minutes is just. Now, what's interesting about it, I just noticed this mistake on you, like Clay. I've noticed that one time.
NNQ is a little backwards.
In a bullish uptrend. So an ascending triangle in a bullish uptrend. Kind of spicy for the longs. But that orange line, I mean, that thing is a beast. That thing, again, the orange line is the previous session close. I'm not saying there's anything magical about it, but I don't know. It seems like the price cares about it. And right here is our newest, or one of our most recent examples.
Something's going to happen here.
How do I get that? Let's see. We have to go to, I think, no, that's the over my little. Iman, some possible. go here. No, I lied. That's where the overnight goes. Okay. Yeah, right here. Last close. That's what I have. I mean, you can do all sorts of stuff. I mean, the sky's the limit for what you want to do. You can do the high, low, blah, 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 blah. But I just like to focus on that one. So that is how you get that line there. Again, I'm not saying there's anything magical about it. I just know it's market. About it. This market, like I said, if you're thriving in this environment, congrats, like, well done. I don't know if that's like restaurant wine. I mean, go to social media. It's kind of like all people do on social media. Like Twitter, it's just like, hey man, green, green, green. Nobody ever loses. It's crazy. I will say this, and I think there's some irony. Maybe I'm part of the problem. I try not to be. I try to post videos. I think there's been some shorts of me cooking accounts. But anyways, social media has got to be one of the most. Twitter has got to be one of the most toxic places for traders because, and I'm speaking for myself. The world does not revolve around me, so I'll reframe it. For me, Twitter is one of the most toxic places for traders because, like I was saying earlier, I go to Twitter. And I don't do it often, but I'm reminded recently of why I don't do this. But you scroll, and it's just like, well, first off, it's either one person complaining about somebody else, or it's just a lot of like big green numbers all over the place. It's just like, or it's like, oh man, I started down 30,000, but hey, by the end of the day, I'm up 50. It's like, oh, what? It's just so it's like demoralizing. It makes me feel like I'm the worst trader ever. I have no idea what I'm doing. So for me, Twitter is a very toxic place because it seems like nobody does any wrong. But anyways. All right, see you later, Crimson. Check out the trend line on the. I appreciate that. I don't use a 15-minute though. If I start checking out what everybody tells me to check out, I'm going to be checking out like the Asian session 61.8% Fibonacci level, right? And then my chart is going to be cluttered up by 8 million annotations. So I appreciate it, but I don't use the 15-minute. And so I need to adopt a policy to not check out what people tell me to check out, or else, like I said, I'm going to be on the 42-minute time frame checking out the 18.372 EMA, No, wait, it doesn't work that way. Thanks, Brad. I was trying to convey just the bigger. Thank you, Brad. All right. So that is essentially what's part of this ascending triangle that I mapped out already, which does also create an interesting dynamic of, I don't know, is this short? If this trend line here fails, are we headed down to the bottom part of the potential range? Yes, Brett, I'm aware. I get it. I get it that trend lines are. My point is, if I start to check out what everybody requests me to check out and start to map those things out, I'm going to have a lot of stuff on my chart. That was what I was trying to convey here, brother. It looks like a big flag. What is it?
It does look like a flag.
Well, I would call it, I mean, you could call it, I suppose, a bull pennant. I'm considering this more so an ascending triangle here at this point. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the person that made money on the speech, they got lucky, and then they're bragging about it.
Okay, so what?
Heading into a long weekend, I'm going to want to hold. I mean, well, technically, again, Raspberry, the market opened opens back up at 6 p.m. and it does go until tomorrow at 9:15 a.m. So I mean, we're not necessarily, the long weekend starts tomorrow at 9:15 a.m. Eastern. And if you're not aware, tomorrow is Good Friday, so the market's closed at 9:15 a.m. Eastern. Everybody, go potty again? Okay, good job. Oh yeah? You want to say hi real quick? Okay, I gotta just be quick, okay? Okay. Say hi. Yeah. Okay, can you say bye to everybody? Say bye. Okay, there you go. See ya. See ya, buddy. See ya. See ya, buddy. Dude's a hustler. He's potty training, so he gets a chocolate chip every time he goes on the toilet. Yeah, I think he's made the connection. The more I chug out of this bottle, aka my water, the more I have to do this thing over there on this thing they keep calling a toilet, and then I get a chocolate chip. Kid's about to get diabetes. He's figured out the system. But it seems to work, right? If it ain't broke, don't fix it. This is our sixth data point, right? This is our sixth child that we're working on. So if you're looking for any parents out there that are either in the throngs of, or and I'm not saying we invented this, by the way. I'm just saying that we have 6 pieces of data that it seems to work. But yeah, a single chocolate chip, give that to your kid every time they go on the toilet. Seems to. I don't know. At one point, like they like don't care anymore. I think after they realized, they're like, man, this feels so much better than basically crapping my pants, right? Then like, who cares about the chocolate chip anymore? Because I get the upside. The upside of not crapping my pants, like I don't that's worth it anymore to not get a chocolate chip. In other words, I'm not going to keep crapping my pants unless I get a chocolate chip. Like at some point, their brain does that analysis and that they realize the trade-off. It's okay if I don't get a chocolate chip if that means I'm not crapping my pants. Is a futures market okay? What are we going to do on the over under? How many times do I think we're going to have to answer this question about the market tomorrow? Okay, Paulo, I'm asking out of curiosity. Do you ever check your do you have prop firms and do you check your email? Because I've gotten many emails from the prop firms addressing this very question. Seven and a half? I don't know. I think, 24 and a half sounds better. We are up to, I don't know, we're already at like 5.
Sometimes there's bush behind me. My window blows, and I think someone's looking in my window.
Morning, Clay. I'm starting to make a habit of joining 30 minutes late. You know what? Okay, wait. I think I'm going to take this short. Look at this. This thing's about to fall, right? All right, I'm getting it. I think it's going to break. I think. This is how I cooked my account. Remember my pro account? I took it one of these trades. It looked exactly like this. Came up, came back down, so I hopped in, tried to anticipate it. But I never did get confirmation because, technically speaking, it has not broken the trend line. I mean, come on, look at this. Failed bounce. Another failed bounce. Come on, push. That is my stop, by the way. This is either a break down or get out. It's looking like it's about to be me getting kicked out. I gotta keep this stop relatively tight, even though I realize this is like still a 27-point stop. 6. Wait, you're saying my wife is sad? She has 6 kids? I don't think I'm understanding what you're saying. Are you saying my wife is sad? My poor wife, that she has 6 kids, so you think she like regrets having the 6 kids or what? I don't understand. What are you saying? Come on, break down. You stupid tread line.
There it goes.
I should probably delete that out. Then it'll go, right? That's how this works, isn't it? There we go. There we go. There we go. Hit that. Hit me. Hit me. All right. This needs to at least be a winning trade at this point. Come on. You got it. Come on. At least hit that first target. How come I can't get any power? How does that work? To be fair, I could give myself more room, but where I'm at mentally. How can I improve my trading to achieve daily profits like you do? Again, Mad, what the number you see here is deceiving. If you want to go back to the 18-minute mark, you'll see what I mean by this number here is deceiving. But at the end of the day, how do you just improve your trading just as a journal? You got to focus on risk management. The boring stuff. Again, that's somewhat self-inflicted because I know I got super tight with my stop. Well, I'll just say this. I mean, she does not feel like a poor woman. She feels like a blessed woman. But I get what you're saying. I see what you're saying. But yeah. At first it came up, yeah. So I get what you're saying. But no, she does not feel like poor as me. She feels blessed as me. Okay, do we get a, well, all right. Well, hey, when you get that, who's short right now? Who's short and did not get kicked out of the trade? I don't know, Kainoa. Wait, are you saying, do you still have the same deal if it renews? You're still in? You got, wow. Again, that's the me getting tight with the stop. Yes, sometimes that really saves me, but this time it bit me. So it's still a green trade, but yeah, had I given that more wiggle room, it'd be a way bigger green trade. I'm so short. Good job, Nick. Thank you. Yeah, the dragon won on that one. The dragon, yes, correct. Yes, yeah, kind of. As long as you keep that, because technically speaking, it's a subscription. So as long as you keep the subscription going, whatever code you use still pertains to it. The dragon is one.
Man, I missed that trade.
Yeah, exactly. I'm just so jaded right now to like false breakouts that I'm like, okay, I got the breakout. There's no way I'm gonna let this thing come all the way back up here. And with this market, that seems to be more so the norm than anything. I might try. Try a short at the red line. Try to play back test. Hey, thank you, Goose. I appreciate it, man. Okay, here we go. We get the back test. So this was a former break support here. We have the purple line right there. This market is about to just go straight back green.
So he's calling this
again, looking for the back test. So it has back tested it, but looking for a back test and a rejection. Right now, the rejection part is kind of where it's struggling, but let's see. Come on. Green line zero for my first two targets. Stuff right there. Let's see if this does indeed want to get rejected. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. My first target. Come on. Push. Push. Okay, whatever. Whatever. This stupid market. I can't stand this garbage. This is just whatever. What? I don't know what I'm supposed to do. What am I don't know. I don't know. I know. Somebody's going to show up. Clay, was it obvious long because of this, that, and the other? Well, where were you beforehand telling me that? I know. Go ahead. Step out of the, come on, crawl out of the woodwork. Tell me why it was such an obvious long in hindsight. Go ahead. Sub-Zero, 5-minute ham. Was it a completed 5-minute hammer?
Order filled.
Oh, I was just joking. Please don't. There's nothing more
Order
obnoxious
filled.
than somebody coming back with full hindsight in their favor and then like cherry picking exactly why it didn't work out. And oh, that's right. I forgot about that dude. Oh yeah, what? Yeah. How did I forget about such an epic thing? That's right. All you have to do, yeah, that was crazy. How did I forget about that? We're just getting so much crazy on the live stream. It's hard to keep track of it all. How did I forget about that one? What was all you have to do is Google this, and then you'll know when I can't remember. It was like 100-point boost. I don't know, something crazy. Like, oh really? That's all you have to do is Google it? Oh dang. I don't know, maybe Carlos will see. Yes, I know. Clay, in hindsight, you should have just waited for the back system. I mean, you can't make look at that. That's as pretty gets right there. Holy smokes, look at that. I mean, for any of you in the current process of writing a textbook on trend line trading, there it is. Broke the trend line, came back up, back tested the trend line, and is now rolling over a little bit. Wow, that is pretty. And again, this first trade plan, I was right, but this is why trading is so hard. However, in the category of being right, because I did have green, then all of a sudden that next layer down became wrong. How did I become wrong? Well, I chose brings a tear to my eye. Okay, for any of you trendline people, if you're writing a book, screenshot it. This is like as classic as it gets. So that next layer, I was right. It didn't want to come down. So I was in the green. So I was right enough to be in the green. But that layer down of, okay, but how am I going to manage the trade? I chose poorly. Had I chosen a scalpy scalp, I'm saying, hey, there's another green trade. But I didn't. I wanted it to come down some more. And it obviously did not. It went back up, and you saw what happened. So that's why trading's hard. Even if you're right, broadly speaking, that next layer down, well, are you going to choose the right management style to it? So anybody that tells you trading is easy is lying to you. Which is also, if you're not aware why buy low, sell high doesn't actually mean anything. Like trade the trend doesn't actually mean anything. This is the volume profile. And you can get that by clicking, how do you get that? Right here. Chart settings and then day volume profile. Dang it, as somebody that loves charts, that brings a tear in my eye. That is so pretty. Yeah, it's annoying but I mean, that's pretty. You're kidding, right? Sub-zero? Like that's a joke. You're not actually like that. You're trolling, right? Please, for all that is good. Oh, okay. Thank you. So, yeah. Ooh, I was like, wait a second, subs. Wait, what? Okay, all right, good. Okay, you scared me there for a second. Like, I don't think Sub-Zero would be serious with that, but okay. Trading is hard. Like, you're easy. Like waving the white flag is easy. Is that what you're saying? Is that an overly ambitious trend line? When I on a slower day, I wouldn't mind, trying to short here and I can throw my stop up here. But if I do that right now, let's see. Let's just say I get into the math easy at 30. My stop is up here at 65. Yeah, that's a 35-point stop I have to take. 35-point stop. That's nuts. So. And again, if your position size is wrong, a 35-point stop cooks your account. Like it's game over. Yeah, the hardest way to make easy money. Entry price today time. Entry price today times. 0.97 stop. I'm not sure exactly what you're saying there, Leo, but you might be saying something completely coherent, and I'm just not connecting the dots because I'm trying to do multiple things right now. Okay. That would be better. I can put a stop right above here. Yeah, that's even smaller. By smaller, I mean 26 points still. Crazy. Okay. If I get filled at that red line, my stop is going right here. I got a couple of conspiracy buddies. And they're so anti. We never landed on the moon. So like yesterday, like I've been just pushing the buttons. The logical fallacies they're throwing at me right now. It's like, but I don't. It's just, I know they're not totally serious, but like, let me put it this way: that launch yesterday is not going towards the moon. That is their stance. I'm sure some of you are in that same stance. I realize. I think some people would even say they don't even think the launch happened yesterday. I don't know if we have anybody in that category. So I'm learning there's different categories. Some would accept the premise that that launch yesterday was real, but they would just be like, yeah, but if you think that is actually going to the moon, you're a moron. Some people are like, if you even think that launch yesterday was real, you are a moron. Where's it going then? I don't know. I'd have to look. They keep texting. I don't know where the current. Maybe just like around the world, Earth or something. I will say, you got to think NASA did it on purpose. They're like, okay, let's just get the conspiracy things rolling. We'll give them an easy premise to build from. The fact we're doing it on April Fool's Day. Like, you got to think they did that on purpose. In fact, I guess I don't have any evidence, but doesn't that seem like almost a guarantee? Like, all the people are sitting in here like, let's just, why not make it on April Fool's Day? That'll get the conspiracies going very, very quickly. And I said, I mean, these guys are all brilliant with their pocket protectors and stuff like that. Yeah, I'm not a big conspiracy guy, but the moon landing one makes a lot of sense to me, especially if I just think about it from an economic standpoint. Like, how do we defeat somebody without really losing any lives? Can we somehow force them to waste a bunch of money on something? Okay, yeah, we can force them to waste a bunch of money on something by by this thing. So to me, and then you fact on top of that, you sprinkle in the technology argument, and to me, it's like, okay, that makes a lot of sense. Like, just from a strictly strategic point of view, it makes a lot of sense. Knowing that time, the Cold War, and if I'm just building the premise, we value human life. We don't want to lose human life. So how can we defeat this enemy without losing human life? Hey, let's just try to have their economy collapse by making them spend money on stupid stuff. So I don't know. And then yes, to think that the computers they supposedly used way back then, and now we have way better computers like in our pockets. So like the technology we all have, and I don't know all of us, but many of us have in our pockets, known as a smartphone. To know that it's vastly more complex than the computers that sent somebody to the moon, yet we've never been back to the moon. I think. So those two things together, I am quite open to that conspiracy. Hey Clay, is the morning? Hey, okay, there we go. There's another one. Great ride. There we go. There's our number one. Since we passed, there's another one. The market opens this evening at 6 p.m. as normal. Closes tomorrow at 9:15 p.m. We went back 6 times more. Yeah, but landing, right? Haven't we only landed on it once? Again, in the spirit of being intellectually honest, you cannot say it never happened. Like, all you can do is speculate, and like trades, right? We can try to put as much leverage in our corner as possible. But like, no, that is an intellectually dishonest thing to say it never happened with all caps. You can say it is highly, highly likely that it never happened. And I would have no problem with that. But you just can't say it never happened because you don't know. Or were you in that? Were you in? Were you a high level government official back then that was in that meeting about how can we prevent losing human life and win this Cold War by causing the Soviet Union to blow up their own economy? Now, if you were in that meeting, then I suppose you could say you do. You can say that it never happened, but I don't know. That seems, given this is the internet, I'm not quite sure I believe that. Yeah, exactly, man, Sam says, let's be for real. The for real position is the honest intellectual position. Unless you were in the meeting and had anything to do with it, then the best you can do is formulate a high probability thesis. But a high probability thesis is not a for sure thesis. That is the real position to all of this. Oh, we landed on the moon 6 times? Are you sure? I know we've gone back, but I always thought it was like the orbit. Philly, yeah. Can somebody confirm? Okay, well, there's that trend line break. All right, stupid.
I'd like to be able to fix this. So
all right, thanks, Kaidola. Philly, I'm not asking you, you dent. Yes, I know that's your claim. I'm asking others to verify your claim. Yes, I know you think. I realize you're saying it. I'm not asking you. Yeah, I was only on the impression that we landed once. Oh, okay. I did. Interesting. So there are a claim that 6 landings. All right. Well, now I'm wondering this line right here. Remember when we threw out the bottom of the range talk? Look, I just noticed. Look where this trend line break actually bounced from. Right here. That yellow line has been there for a while. So if it does get down to this area, it might be interested in another long. Because the premise that I have, and I think I'm not saying this is some great discovery, but it's been holding up. This is the current range we're in. So if you still think this is the range and you want to trade the range, well, then a long down here, I can see making sense.
Oh my gosh, I can't do that.
What am I checking on oil for? Let's miss a trade. Yeah, here we go. Let's see if we can get some confirmation.
Order
that this
filled.
bottom, well, I think it might be the bottom of this current range. Okay.
Order submitted.
Hey, Jose, good morning. Going up. Okay, you were right already, Jim. I just saw it tick up a tick. It went up a tick, Jim. You're right. It did go up. Good call.
Order filled.
That's why a target is always a little bit better. Because if you say it's going up without a target, then technically speaking, if it goes up a tick, then you can be like, told you. All right, I will take the trade now down here. If it wants to come right back. Now, what I don't want to see is for it to go green and then come back down. A little bit of green is fine, but not a lot of green. So, like, yeah, this thing at this point, come back down, please.
All right, I pulled in a 50. That was nice.
Okay, we'll look to get long at that green line. This yellow line has one skin held.
So you guys can't see my chart.
Time is also the chart. If it's not, it'll be a losing trade. I'm looking to get long here at the green line. Trying to trade the range. You would tell me, Clay, just trade the range. Fine. I'm going to try to get long at the bottom of the range.
Here we go. Let's try that.
Bounce once, 3 times. So what is this, a quadruple bottom I'm trying to play here?
You guys can see that. Jeez Louise, Drew. How long have we been in this stream?
Looking to get long at the green line. Going to get close.
It doesn't even have. Oh,
A little bit more, and then give me a
1
nice
hour.
hammer candle. No, don't do a hammer candle yet. No, not yet. You got to fill me first.
Oh, Clay's dramatic. Hey, I'm gonna cut that first hour out. Been got this all set up finally. I'm excited to be here today with you guys.
Okay, this next hand, let's come down.
We're listening to some Clay Trader in the background. He's bitching about the market. And,
Come down right now.
he's trading some MNQ. I've made a couple trades on my firm account, prop account. Let's go over that real quick, and then we'll get busy. So you can see I'm up 55 almost dollars. Woo! I was down about 55, so I made about 110 on my last trade. It was just a little quick scalp right here. I got it pretty good on the price drop. As you can see, there's not. This consolidation is pretty tight.
I'm trying to trade. I just have to choose the wrong spot for what
It's just it's squeezing tight. So I'm not sure if I want to say that's was that a bull flag? Where it's
buy now and leave the stop where you have.
I do not like how this is working. I'm gonna have to
Hey, Jose,
watch
I'm gonna do it
videos
just 'cause you told me so.
and settings and stuff. But man, it's weird to work this
All right.
system. So we are on a downward trend.
Maz, I'll let you determine discretion. She knows
So,
better than to talk like that.
Our losing trade was right here.
Mercedes,
You can see we bought in right here,
more than 60
sold right
seconds.
there.
Oh, Craig,
I just said
you're such a nice guy.
that was kind of a test.
Oh, I was close, but yet I was so far away. Do I have a special stream offered before 9:15? Yeah, tomorrow I will have a stream. I think I'm going to start at 8 o'clock. Because, again, the market's closed tomorrow for Good Friday at 9:15 a.m. Eastern. So play past my profit target for 5 test accounts. Nice. Good job, rookie. Very good job, especially on a day like today, which toyed with quite a few people, including myself. But yeah, good job. Now, are you going to keep copy trading those accounts once they turn pro?
Order submitted.
Okay. On that note,
Order
it might be
filled.
worth firing up some more tests if you're trying to get the racehorse model, right?
Order
Because what you
submitted.
don't want to happen is this: you cook those 5 racehorses, and you have nothing in the stable. Because then what you're going to be tempted to do is, okay, let me reset these pros. But to reset those pros at the 50K, what is that, like
Order
$500 or
submitted.
something? So, I mean, you could be on tilt, you could be all emotionally distraught. So you are potentially,
Order
but
filled.
at least if you have some in the stable, you won't even need to do that battle against should I reset the pro? Because in your mind, you'll be like, okay, I already have other past accounts waiting for me. So that's just, again, if you're wanting to do the racehorse model, which
Order
in my
canceled.
experience and the experience of others helps out quite a bit. So a little bit of proactiveness can go a long way. Is proactiveness, is that a word?
See what I would have liked to do right there
Savage. I accept the apology.
is I wanted to set
but
1
man, that's why it was savage.
and then
somebody that like
or set 2 for
I
sell.
trust so much, like that's like my
Set
I
1
started
here
cracking walnuts.
and then move this
I'm like,
down.
oh, that's newbie. I recognize newbie. Newbie
Or
would
cancel
not
that and then
will
put.
me in that department.
I'm just trying to figure out how to
Like,
do
it
this,
hurt
you know.
deep. My loins felt that one, but all
Um,
good, all good. If anything, like I said, that just proves how much I like and trust you because it hit me to my core. I trusted you so easily. Yesterday, newbie's like, dude, you left the gold order open. I'm like, and I. So well played, but just too well played. You took advantage of the trust I have in you, brother. You took advantage of it and you used it against me.
there's some.
Wait, you don't have to reset
There is some compression happening right here.
Andy, please tell me you're just joking around with that comment.
Let's get a Ray.
Wait, why did somebody just time out newbie? Huh? What did he say? Did he say something else all of a sudden? Don't put your trust in man. Well, then who should you put your trust in? Me? No. Oh my goodness, Andy the Greek. That is wild, brother. So one of the points of the racehorse model is twofold. Goal number 1 is I noticed when I first got on the prop accounts, I'd pass an account, and this could be applied to all prop firms, but uniquely to Take Prop Trader, but I'd pass an account and then I'd get scared. And I'd trade scared. And it's hard to make money for trading scared. Why was I scared? Well, I was like, I don't want to blow up this account and then have to go through the test phase again. But then I was like, okay, well, what if I knew I already had some past accounts? Then that would reduce that pressure because I'd be like, okay, if I blow this account, it's okay. I have another one waiting for me. But also, that's one aspect. The other aspect is with Take Profit, and I think some of these other prop firms too, they'll let you try again with your pro account or your funded account, whatever they call it. However, to reset it, to try again, it's a hefty price tag. But you don't even have to worry about paying that hefty price tag if you already have past accounts waiting for you. And that's where the racehorse model is, right? A horse is just your test account. You have to train that horse, aka pass the test, to turn it into a racehorse. And my whole thing is I have a stable filled with racehorses, aka past test accounts. Well, Take Profit Trader, you don't have to activate them right away, and there's no expense. This doesn't work with all prop firms because some prop firms you'll have an expense to have all these accounts. Even if you're not trading them, you'll still have to pay for them. But with Take Profit Trader, because they're just awesome in so many ways, you don't have to pay for them. So you can just let them sit there in the racehorse stable to avoid what Andy has apparently been doing. paying to reset the pro account. So, for example, the 150K account, if you blow that account, the pro account, and you want to reset it, $1,500. $1,500, which is why I'm saying take that $1,500 and then just buy like 7 test accounts and get some of those passed. And that way, the next time you blow it, you're not going to be even tempted to pay $1,500. You're going to have other test accounts waiting for you. So, yes, it takes time though, right? Because you got to build up the stable, you got to get accounts passed, you got to store them away. So there is a little bit of time up front. But for me at least, and what the way others have talked, it's a worthwhile time investment. So like for me, I probably went excessive. Like before I ever started trading pros, well, way back when, I was like, I want to get 10 passed accounts. So it took me a while. I had to pass 10 accounts, and I activated on them. But after I had 10 passed accounts, then I fired up a single racehorse. Again, that's probably excessive. I don't think I needed to go to 10, but I don't know. So now, like today, yes, I blew a pro account, but am I like, oh, great, now I got to do the test phase again? No. Did I face the temptation of wanting to overpay to reset the account? No. Why? Because I already have a stable of racehorses. Yes, the downside, if you will, it does require time up front. But to me, the numbers suggest the time investment is worth it because, like I said, one pro reset is the equivalent of buying like 5 or 6 test accounts. Finish today green, gonna close out for the day. Well, good job, Magooster. We got all sorts of goose people. In fact, are you related to these other goose? We got Goose, we got Goo, and now you're Magooster. Are you related to these other people, by the way? Or is this just a coincidence? All right, well, the bottom of this channel has officially failed. Will it make a comeback, though? I might try it and then put my stop down here. What's stop? Okay, I'm long. Maybe this is some sort of breakdown of that chip. Back up. The pump. I'll just take a step.
Oh, I like those colors. Yeah, I like those colors, crimson and yellow, I guess.
There we go. Little scalpy skip off of the. I was thinking about letting it cook, but I don't know.
Now you just set the background.
You kind of just break to that level, but I don't know. I might actually hop back in. Look at it. It's hanging. It's. Let me put it this way: if I'm short here and I'm seeing a pulse action going on, I'm getting pretty nervous from a short-sided standpoint, which means it might be a long-sided standpoint. So. Looks like I'm going to get another opportunity. Let's see how this candle finishes. Yeah, we'll try another long to come here. No. Again, careful with your position size on a day like today. As I've been saying, you could be looking at a chart and saying, oh, that's such a small little distance. And then you check the distance and it's like 40-point stop. And if your position size is off, 40 points is enough to totally cook you, and some. And you got to be extra careful with position size on days like today. Hey, Danny. Good to see you. Been a while. Too late. I do my test this morning. Swan? That's lightweight at first. I'm at 3 or 2. I don't remember. You'll have to go back. I can't remember. That's how bad morning was. Did I cook 2 or 3 accounts? I know for sure 2, but I can't remember if there was. I don't remember. That's 3. That's 3 accounts in the past month. Oh, that's nothing. I gave my trade and advised of the direction. Okay, Versace, if you don't know how you're to do it, then just not being honest, or totally being a troll on purpose. Your play versus ace is actually woman. I refuse to believe that. Why? Yeah. So why did you apply from the get-go that you have been a woman this whole time? It's verse ace. I know that's what I'm saying. Nick. Look, lead. I don't know what it's looking like right now. That's why I'm kind of just sitting in my hands. I don't know. I'm still a little bit of bullish on it. We'll have to see. Right, monkey trader. That's what I'm saying. Ver ace. Hey, Captain Crunch, good to see you, brother. All right, we'll see if this maybe wants to try to. I'm short 24,100. All right, where's your stop at? Ver ace. Yeah, that's what I said, Kyle. I'm gonna try long here. He wants to back up to that green line. I'm gonna try a long. See what we can cook up here.
That was getting. You okay?
Yeah, I'm waiting for confirmation. So if it does want to keep leading, I guess that's fine by me because I'm not in the trade yet. Not just because I'm waiting for confirmation doesn't mean I have a guaranteed winning trade, but I'm in a fun situation.
It's feeling like lunchtime.
That is a rule that, like, in a weird way, it's a good problem to have because people, they would probably sell their own color and be like, wait, you passed 10 accounts in a single month? I know. Isn't that crazy, Nathan? But that's how volatile it is. It's wild. Even with Nathan's point, it's so wild that he only had 5 micros and he still got cooked. Like, that is that. I mean, that's the perfect illustration of just how wild it is out there. That's true. If you that's a good point. If you do live your mom's
Order
basement and
submitted.
makes meatloaf, but then you go and you tell your mother, no meatloaf. Fair point.
Order submitted.
Yeah, I tell you what, I don't know. I mean, well, I don't know. Are you copy trading, kind of? If you're copy trading, then I could see 10 making sense. But I mean, if you're going to do one at a
Order
time,
filled.
I do. 10 was probably excessive. But at the end of the day, whatever in your mind you think will give you ease.
Order submitted.
We definitely have a fair kind here.
Order submitted.
We're still in the range of this overall. What was our, at least my previous sideways range here. So it's not like
Order filled.
really confident.
Unfortunate.
Like this all just being kind of fake.
Order
fake
canceled.
down.
Order canceled.
So what's the stop? Yeah, it's still over 20 stop. Crazy. A small distance here. I put my stop in here. So between the red and green line, doesn't look like a huge distance. That's still like a 20-something point stop. If that red line turns blue, I'm in. And I'm in. My first one down there. Down there. I mean, a beautiful candle right here off the 21 EMA. Still gotta deliver for me. Looking good. Come on down. Come on. You know, I had this go up there for a second, but I'm trying to trust it. Yeah, that's maybe some potential. I don't know. He just is just still I say though. Again, I'm short. Looking for the rejection off of here. It did reject. Now I need some follow through of the rejection. So the stop is up here. These are my four targets. I can also play a fair here significant. Just in case it's bounced up the fair pennant, that's why I have a target there. And then it could be the bottom, that's why I have another target down there. But even if it just blasts through both of these, we'll still have one for the 20. Come on. Come on. What do I just do this? Do I use the treble line?
What is this, dude? What was that about?
If it comes to that treble line, I'll use that as the area to stop to break even. And that way, if it bounces, okay, there we go. There we go. Now, it's either a small green trade or get the breakdown here flush. So either this is going to break or it bounces and takes me out. It'll be a tiny green trade. But at least at this point, I know it'll be a trade. So my risk right now is risk is tiny green. Board is how big of green. How big any sort of breakdown can get. But okay, there we go. So it ultimately wants. Do I try again though? Don't do that. Don't bounce off it just once, taking out, and then go through. Don't. For all the mentally healthy, please don't. Stop, please. Well, I mean, my psychologist doesn't want to stop because then they'll be able to get some more money off my home for my next 8-hour session. That's a joke. You guys are my psychologist, but been trading well recently. Yeah, here and there. I believe I remember you, or maybe, yeah, 5 minutes of oil trade. I'm not doing it like anything routinely. What about you, Ben? To oil? Who trades oil routinely? Give me a number 3 if you. How do I define your routine? I don't know. Let's say once a day you would say take a trade on oil. Give me a 3. Curious. So again, I'm defining routinely as at least 1 trade a day. Okay, so not a whole. Lethal, I think you might be in the past right now. I'm not sure how the comment makes any sense. I mean, yeah, I earlier we were talking about 6 people. Like, so Leo, by the time you hear this, yeah, just know that you are not watching this in real time. Okay, taking another short here. Same journal ID. Let's see if it wants to get rejected. Oh, yeah, this time it looks like it's still. Try it again. Wow. Well, I played. Okay, played perfectly would have been locking in profits right there. But yeah, I moved my stop where I did because that just came right up. Who trades Devil? Greg does. I don't know if Greg's still here, but Greg is like literally a commodities broker. So like he literally trades cattle. Like, well, I don't want to speak for Greg. I'll let you speak for yourself. Yeah, Greg does. But I think he does it like not even the way you're thinking right now. I think he was legitimate when he plays. So I just got this. This is why I'm asking people like, if you're going to asking, like, what's the offer tomorrow? Like, you don't think you check the email because all these prop firms are sending this stuff up. So here we go. Tomorrow, what was it? 9:15 a.m. Eastern. Yeah, there we go. There, I just got this email there. So, not a quick 5-5 in November. Maybe something's wrong, but I'm not seeing a pivot. Copy trade is not good. Well, I mean, you can't make that a universal statement, but people copy trade plus them. I mean, trade tomorrow. Okay, and for the racehorse model, it sounds like you're improved today. Might be worth it to up and get, at least day one started. Even if you just do a flip trade. I always think about that, especially you kind of like to get things moving. So even if you don't trade seriously at all, or even if you're not going to do anything serious at all, hey, get counts and then just do a quick flip trade. So at least you have day one started. And then tomorrow you could do another, and even if you don't trade them, seriously, do another flip trade, and boom, you have day two done. So now, typically, by the time you're kind of going normally, 30 on day, you know what I mean, right? Does that make sense, rookie? Yeah. That's the one thing that I think sometimes I used to do it too. It's like, well, I'll start technique. It's like, okay, that's fine, but let's parse that out. Let's define get started this week is I'll trade them normally next week. Given their swap day window, you might as well find right now, do a flip trade on them quick, and at least you're already working towards a 5-day number. That we are able to pass in just a couple of days. Well, at least that much quicker. Exactly, Kev. Yeah.
I just guess
Now,
it
very cool.
decided to do the complete opposite of what I wanted it to do.
Take Robert Trader is a subscription. After you pass, it goes away. That's why I tell people aim to pass within the first month, which is more than enough time because the fee goes away. Then when you're in your pro account, there are no fees. So the per month is only during the test phase. You take as long as you want to pass the test, but I'm just aim to pass it within the first, so that goes away. But yeah, now the one thing with this is if you do blow up the account, you can always try again, called the reset fee. You can reset for $100. You asked about this for $50. You would not want to reset it for $100 because, well, you just don't get it for $90. So in that situation, you want to cancel that subscription and start a new one for $90. But on the other side of things, you would definitely want to reset, right? Because yes, first time it'll cost you $216 for $150. But if you blow up this account, it's still $100 to just reset it. So this is kind of the bang for your buck. Like you're going to blow up an account. So when you use that $100 to reset, you want to be getting $150K in purchasing power for that $100, or do you want $75K? Now, there's other things to think about. I'm not saying it's in a universal. I'm saying that is one angle is knowing that $100 across the board to reset. What do you want the $100 to get you? Like I said, that $100 gets you $50K or $50K. So it would still make sense to reset here because that would be saving yourself $2. Yeah, the subscription that per month only lasts during the 10 days. Wow. Okay, that's some. Okay, even this cook people. So this is 25. That candle, and that was about a 50-point range, right? At 50 points, the important position side on a day like today. Sure, some days you can get a little, sloppy. Maybe push the values a little bit. Maybe your position size be a little too big. Today is really not one of those days. Basically, zero wiggle room. If you don't get the inside spot on, yeah, all it takes is something like this and you're cooked. I mean, even this candle looks small. Let's check the range of this candle. So high basically 35. Well, that was 10. Even this small little candle, that was still a range of 25 points. It's more, depending on position size, 25 points could cook. So what's crazy is that's, what do you mean I get cooked in that little candle, right? When we're cooked, we're in massive big candles. No, not a day like today. A day like today, if your position size was wrong, that small little candle right there just cooked you. So go for 150K as more sense. Maybe. There are ways to look at it. That is one angle to bang for your buck. I'm not saying bang for your buck makes the most sense. It might. 150K, what's the most I can make today? Okay. Day trade addict. In my mind, you should know this one now. First off, are you take profit trade? right, have a good one, Andy. I'll fly. I'm taking a break. Robert, good job. I'm gonna go clear this line. This stuff, again.
There's really no.
Because
It's just kind of doing what it wants today. Like,
I put the plan in play time ago. And the bottom part of the thing, top the range for this orange line.
having a hard time seeing anything.
So all this, it makes sense why it's struggling, right? It's struggling to get into separation from the big old stubborn. With up here, right? There's been some fake, not been nearly as sloppy, but there have been some fake breaks. Same thing right now. These are just all fake breaks. Especially these are nasty.
And that range was just about the exact same as the last 5 minutes.
Okay, I'm trying to help day trade addict, and he doesn't answer me. How am I supposed to help him? Okay, Pablo, season, he was, hey, look at this action here. Just buckle up. Don't get cooked. Okay. Did somebody say so? What time is it? 12:40. That's a random time. So, somebody say something or no?
They dropped right back down. Like, what is going on?
Said something. Trump calls for Iran to take a deal before. So I'm almost assured on that because I think that makes me want to say, okay, the market doesn't care about that. It's like a knee-jerk reaction. Like Trump is always saying that stuff. Does that actually mean anything? Yeah, I should probably put some money on my mouth. I think that this goes right back to what it was. I don't think that there's any sort of behind it. But I'm a terrible news trader. I'll pay for it. That's my thesis. I think the market goes down here. I wanted to get short there with the target right there, just because I think after the market digested news are going to be like, oh, actually nothing. Where he's always up, so who cares? So that came out right here. Like I said, that level's coming. So I would have gotten right here. Not like I said, I'm a pretty terrible news trader. Like when I think of the news, I'm like maybe 50-50 at best.
That was a seriously. This seems more. It seems like a little bit of a resistance. It did shoot through that. There's no real resistance there.
So, I mean, these moves that I know I keep harping on it, but it's so important on days like to have position size. Because if you had the position size, this here was, on a 78 spike. That is more than enough room to cook position size.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to take a trader. Okay, day trade addict. So during the 10 days, it's a 50% rule. 50% of your target. So if your target's a pass, 3,000, that's your profit. Right? Then day trade addict, 50% of that amount. 50% of that amount is the answer to your question. How much can you make today? Again, this is during the test phase. Once you get to the pro, make as much as you can. But during the test phase, you can only make 50% of your target. So that's the math you need to be able to do, day trade addict. But I'm confident you can tell me what 50% of that number is. I think I'm trying to rate me now, or else I misunderstood what I'm saying. Correct, Kelly. Now, trade only Trump is asleep. Dude, that'd be a cool indicator. That's a money idea. How do we to figure out when was asleep, and then you can have an indicator that we can sell, or that you sell? It's your idea, but like then you tell it to people that like, hey, as long as this is green, that means he's asleep. So you have the green light to sleep. It's not a bad idea at all. Now, I mean, well, if he sleeps, then I guess the light's always red. Oh, okay. See, that's why it's a good idea to talk through business ideas. Potential flaw in the business idea, but we just saw Trump schedule tweets. I guess we have to figure out also the green light implies that not only is he asleep, but he also has zero tweets scheduled. He sleeps 3 or 4 hours a night. Well, then it sounds like a futures traders, but if you care, you have 3 to 4 hours. Green. I mean, this any think tank in the world has nothing on chat right here. We are a bunch of baboons, but our baboons we're cooking right now. The biggest bridge in our land comes tumbling down. Never used again. Okay, so that's what that first story meant about it. Why free market is more chill? Yeah, in some senses, sure. I'm also just kidding. The market, at least this is my thought. The market is so hard now, much uncertainty. Nobody knows what to do anymore. And that's just what we see. All just yes, much uncertainty in the market right now. And uncertainty kills. What is the minimum I can withdraw?
This is literally middle of the range.
Every day you can do that. So if you're above buffer, you can payouts every day. That's that's one of the traders kind of things they lean on for daily payout. AJ? Yeah, any amount at all that's above buffer, you can take. This week, quick shadows right now. Correct, yes. Yeah, so you're not blowing up the account, and if you're making money above buffer, then yes, any amount above take. Yeah, people, although I would play on that note, that's a fair point. You're wrong. That is why another thing I take our is keep money in your wallet. If you keep money in your wallet, you have purchasing power up. So if you know that you're going to build up more accounts and get more accounts, then you don't even have to transfer it into your bank. Just keep it in your wallet, and the account you want to buy, you just use that.
Well, the nice thing about these charts is it'll show me a replay, so I can actually do recaps instead of going live and burning bandwidth and energy. So I'm going to call this stream. I'll probably check back in one more time today since the market will be closed after today.
If I understand what I think,
Apparently, I mean, it'll be open at night. But
yes, I've been only.
I'm going to do schoolwork tonight. I got a lot of work to do, a lot of big assignments, and I want to get some work done on them. So I'll check back in after the day, do a quick recap, show you where I am. Hopefully I'm not too much in the negative that they're going to be like, all right, we're taking this account away from you. So, all right. Thanks for checking in.